This right here is the Ruike P188, and overall it's a pretty cool folding knife. I've been carrying it on and off for about the past week, and yeah, it has some pretty cool functions, but also some parts we need to discuss, so let's check it out. Let's start with the overall build. So when it comes to the handle, this is a G10 handle, and you can see it, but it's not entirely smooth, so provides a pretty nice grip, and overall, yeah, it's pretty nice. When it comes to the blade, this is a 3.1mm stick, sword tip or dagger style D2 steel blade. So it's pretty slicey and actually, yeah, pretty nice. When it comes to the lock, locks with a line lock and is deployed with a flipper. So it's pretty nice. And one other interesting part is that the lock actually has a lock. So the switch, when it's up, as you can see, you can't unlock the wire lock. So it's for extra safety. If you want the lock to remain locked, yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty interesting. Not a lot of blades have it, so yeah, it's pretty cool. But when it comes to the overall movement, it's quite loose. Hope you can see it, but the blade moves quite loosely. I've not tried adjusting it, it's straight out of the box, so it might be better when adjusted, but now it's like this. So it starts to move quite easily, both in the top position and in the bottom one. As you can see, it's not entirely bad, but I had one bad experience as I tried juggling with it. So yeah, when it was up in the air, the blade actually popped out and went straight in my palm. So yeah, that's not great, but normally people don't do it, so yeah, you should not either. But with other blades, that was not an issue, but with this one, when I tossed it up, it went down, basically opened up like this, and went straight inside. So yeah, it was a bit painful, a bit bloody, but yeah, I actually have some blood stains still on my table. Hope you can see them, but yeah, they're there. And it was not too bad, but judging by the scar, went about 5mm deep. So it's about like that. So it's not too bad, but still, you can still feel it. Don't know if you can see it as it's healed by now, but it's right here, and when I press it, still hurts a bit. So yeah, that's my experience. Don't be like me. When it comes to the size, weighs about 106 grams, has a close length of about 123mm, and when deployed, has an overall length of about 214mm with a blade length of about 91mm. So it's a pretty decent size for an EDC knife, and for that, it's also quite nice. As it came in quite slicey, it's pretty decently sharp. On my sharpness tester, it measured in at about, I believe, 195 and 215, so it's pretty decent, not the best, but still decently sharp, and it shows when cutting things like rope. Let's try and cut this rope like this. As you can see, there is a bit of resistance, but still cuts it pretty decently. Also with a zip tie, yeah, pretty decent. Let's try the paper again. Yeah, overall it's pretty decent, but for tougher tasks it's, I'd say, not the best, as it doesn't seem quite safe. As you can see, it has one sharp side and the other one is obviously not sharpened, but it still feels a bit sharp, as these sharp edges, and when you place the finger on top, it feels as if you put it on a blade. You probably won't cut yourself, but still the feeling is, yeah, when for example, if I try splitting a zip tie like this, when I put my thumb over here, it still feels quite sharp and not that great. You probably won't cut yourself with the edge, but still feels quite wrong. You can't press it like this, so yeah, that's not too great. Let's actually compare the non-sharp side with a knife like the SRM251MB, which is the only similar knife I currently have. As you can see, they both have very similar blades, but when it comes to this one, the dull side has slightly rounded off edges, and I feel like it's thicker. So let's measure it. On this RM it's about 1.1 millimeters, so it's pretty thick. But on the Ruike, on the edge, it's about 0.8 millimeters. So even though this knife is quite a bit bigger, yeah, the edge is quite a bit narrower, so it doesn't feel great when pressing it like this. And I found myself getting a bit confused when, for instance, I'm trying to split a rope like this. I go on to grab my knife, I go like this, and it feels quite a bit confusing. And it's easy to confuse this side with the blade side, as with the thumb they feel quite similar. So that's not too great, but on the other side you probably can also sharpen this side to be quite similar to the other side if that's what you like. So yeah, you can do it, but it's quite dangerous, as when you flip it, if this side is sharp, that would not be too great. So yeah, that's not too great, but overall it still cuts and feels quite nice. So let's see how it fits in your pants. I usually carry it in my sweatpants, and there it feels quite nice. The pocket clip feels quite sturdy, and as you can see, looks quite nice. It's a deep carry pocket clip, so you can barely see the knife. Let's see how it works on these jeans. And on jeans it also holds quite sturdy, so that's quite nice. The clip can also be reversed to our side, so yeah, it's pretty cool, and it's quite an interesting folding knife. So yeah, I'll continue carrying it, and if you want to pick one up, I'll leave the links in the description. And yeah, if you liked the review, leave a like, subscribe, and see you next one. Bye!